They called him the Smashing Machine, a force of nature who left broken bodies and shattered records in his wake. But behind the glory of two-time UFC champion and Pride Grand Prix winner Mark Kerr lay a darker battle, one against pain, addiction, and his own demons. This is the story of how a small-town wrestler became an MMA legend, lost it all to the darkness, and fought his way back to redemption, a journey that proves no fall is too far, no comeback too late. Press play if you've ever had to get up when the world says stay down. A journey of passion and persistence. Mark Kerr's story is a testament to the power of passion, persistence, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Known in the MMA world as the Smashing Machine, Kerr's journey wasn't defined by instant fame or smooth sailing. Instead, it was built on years of hard work, setbacks, and an unwavering commitment to overcoming obstacles. Growing up in Toledo, Ohio, Kerr was introduced to combat sports at an early age, developing a love for wrestling. His rise to success didn't come from natural talent alone, but from sheer grit. From high school to college, where he became an NCAA champion at Syracuse University, Kerr showed his commitment to mastering his craft. But it was his decision to transition from wrestling to mixed martial arts that truly set him on a path of greatness. Despite the challenges, including his battle with self-doubt and the uncertain nature of MMA in its early days, Kerr remained steadfast. In a sport known for its brutal physicality, Kerr's combination of strength, technical skill, and determination propelled him to dominate in the UFC and Pride FC. But Kerr's journey wasn't all victories. He faced personal demons that would later become part of his legacy, including addiction and physical decline. Yet, through it all, Kerr's story is one of resilience, a true embodiment of the saying, "It's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you rise." Kerr's journey shows us that true success isn't instant. It's forged through hard work, facing adversity head on, and never losing sight of the bigger picture. The boy who refused to lose, Mark Kerr's early battles. Mark Kerr's path to greatness began long before he stepped into the MMA cage. Growing up in Toledo, Ohio, he was an athlete with a relentless drive. His early passion for wrestling shaped his identity, and from the very beginning, he was driven by a fierce desire to succeed. As a high school wrestler, Kerr quickly made a name for himself, but it was his time at Syracuse University that truly laid the foundation for his future. Kerr won the NCAA Division I championship in 1992, and along the way, he battled and triumphed over some of the toughest competitors, including future UFC Hall of Famer Randy Couture. Kerr's relentless work ethic set him apart. Unlike many who sought shortcuts to success, he immersed himself in the grind of perfecting his skills. His success in wrestling earned him recognition on the international stage, with medals at prestigious tournaments like the World Cup and Pan American Games. But despite his accolades, Kerr knew that the Olympic dream remained just out of reach after missing the 1996 Olympics. This setback could have broken his spirit, but instead it ignited a new fire. Instead of giving up, Kerr saw the world of mixed martial arts, MMA, as his next frontier, a place where he could continue to push his limits and conquer new challenges. Leaving behind a conventional path, Kerr embraced the uncertain chaos of early MMA, where his passion and determination would soon make him one of the sport's most dominant figures. True greatness is not defined by wins alone, but by the refusal to quit, even in the face of setbacks. The birth of the Smashing Machine. Mark Kerr's entrance into the world of mixed martial arts, MMA, was a trial by fire. But it was his sheer will and determination that transformed him into the Smashing Machine. His debut at Worldville Tudo Championship 3 in 1997 was nothing short of explosive. Despite battling self-doubt and nerves, Kerr bulldozed through his opponents, showcasing his signature ground and pound style. His performance earned him instant recognition, and his ferocity inside the cage began to solidify his place as one of the most feared fighters in the sport. But it was not just raw power that made Kerr dominant. It was his ability to adapt and outthink his opponents, blending his wrestling background with MMA's unpredictability. Kerr's physical strength was unmatched, but his technical grappling and strategic approach to fighting made him a force to be reckoned with. His victories over Paul Varelans and Mestre Hulk cemented his reputation in the early days of MMA, where fighters relied more on heart than technique. As Kerr continued to win, he joined the UFC, where he made history by winning back-to-back heavyweight tournaments in 1997, and then later took the Japanese Pride FC by storm, clinching 2 Grand Prix titles. Kerr wasn't just fighting for victory, he was fighting to prove something to himself, to the world, and to everyone who ever doubted him. Greatness is not just about talent, it's about turning fear into fuel, adapting and dominating the moment when it matters most. The cost of glory, addiction, and downfall. Despite reaching the pinnacle of MMA, Mark Kerr's rise to fame came at a devastating cost. Behind the scenes of his dominant performances, Kerr was battling an invisible enemy, addiction. As his body endured the brutal toll of MMA, painkillers became his crutch. Initially prescribed for injuries sustained in the ring, these pills slowly became a lifeline he couldn't escape. What started as a way to manage physical pain spiraled into a destructive dependency that affected his personal life and career. At the height of his success, Kerr earned millions, especially from his time in Japan's Pride FC, but the financial rewards were overshadowed by his reckless lifestyle. He squandered his earnings on luxury cars and material possessions, while his addiction slowly consumed him. This combination of physical decline and self-destructive behavior led to a series of losses in the ring, each more devastating than the last. The darkest moment came in 1999 when Kerr overdosed on narcotics. This nearly fatal experience forced him to confront the monster within. It was a wake-up call that prompted a difficult road to recovery. Though the damage had been done, both physically and emotionally, Kerr's story didn't end with his downfall. Instead, it became a part of his journey toward redemption. Even legends have battles beyond the ring. Failure and addiction aren't the end. They're the start of a new chapter of growth and healing. Redemption, the fight beyond the ring. Mark Kerr's journey wasn't defined by his fall, it was defined by his rise. After battling addiction and suffering from the toll MMA had taken on his body, Kerr made a conscious decision to reclaim his life. In the early 2000s, he retired from MMA, but his struggles were far from over. His addiction was a shadow that followed him everywhere. Yet instead of letting it define him, Kerr became a symbol of resilience, someone who faced his demons head on and chose to heal. He didn't shy away from his past. In fact, he used it as a platform to advocate for mental health awareness in combat sports, something that was rarely discussed at the time. Kerr openly shared his battle with addiction, speaking candidly about the pain and regret that came with his decisions. His story wasn't just about the victories in the ring, but the battles he fought within himself. In 2019, Kerr revealed he had been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy, a nerve condition linked to the physical trauma from his career. Despite the odds, Kerr didn't let this new challenge defeat him. Instead, he found purpose in mentorship and reflection. He used his experiences to guide younger athletes, helping them avoid the same mistakes he made. Kerr's evolution from a cautionary tale to a voice of hope and redemption is a powerful reminder that no matter how deep the fall, there is always an opportunity to rise again. His life became not just about MMA, but about resilience, redemption, and inspiring others to keep fighting no matter the odds. Redemption isn't about erasing the past, it's about learning from it and rising stronger than before. Legacy, a blueprint for overcoming. Mark Kerr's legacy extends far beyond his dominance in the MMA cage. It's rooted in the lessons he learned through struggle and the example he set in his redemption. His life story offers a blueprint for anyone facing adversity, whether in sports, personal life, or any endeavor. Kerr proved that greatness is not about avoiding failure, but about embracing it, learning from it, and using it to fuel growth. His relentless work ethic, honed during his wrestling days, became the foundation of his MMA career. Kerr's rise to dominance was no accident. It was the result of his ability to outwork everyone else and push through physical and mental limits. But it was his ability to adapt after hitting rock bottom that truly set him apart. His decision to seek help, confront his demons, and turn his life around became his greatest victory. Beyond his personal struggles, Kerr's legacy lives on through the changes he advocated for in combat sports, particularly around mental health and addiction awareness. He became a voice for athletes who struggled in silence, encouraging them to seek help and break the cycle of self-destruction. Kerr's redemption story is a reminder that no matter how much we stumble or fall, we have the power to rise, rebuild, and create a legacy that is far greater than our mistakes. His blueprint shows that strength is born not from perfection, but from the courage to keep going despite the odds. True legacy is built not on triumph alone, but on the ability to rise from failure, learn, and inspire others along the way. A hero's journey of struggle and triumph. Mark Kerr's story is the ultimate hero's journey, a tale of rising to the top, falling into the depths of despair, and then rising again stronger and wiser. From his early days as a promising wrestler to his explosive success in MMA, Kerr's life has been a testament to the power of perseverance, even when the odds seem insurmountable. His dominance in the cage was matched only by his internal struggles, which led to both his downfall and his eventual redemption. What makes Kerr's story so powerful is not just his triumphs, but his ability to confront his darkest moments head on. His battle with addiction and the physical toll of his career could have easily broken him, but instead they served as the catalyst for his transformation. He found strength not in avoiding failure, but in using it to fuel his evolution. Kerr's legacy is one of resilience, a blueprint for anyone facing their own challenges. He proved that greatness isn't about being perfect. It's about being willing to fail, to learn, and to get back up every time you're knocked down. His journey shows us that true success isn't just measured by what we achieve, but by the impact we leave on others. Mark Kerr's life reminds us that our struggles don't define us, they refine us. His story is a call to action for anyone facing adversity. The greatest victories come from those who dare to rise again, no matter how hard the fall. The journey is never about perfection. It's about resilience, growth, and the courage to keep moving forward. Mark Kerr's story is more than just a tale of victories and losses. It's a powerful reminder that the true essence of success lies in how we rise after every fall. From the peak of his MMA career to his deepest struggles, Kerr's journey exemplifies resilience, redemption, and the relentless pursuit of growth. When life throws you into the ring, remember it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. Keep fighting, keep evolving, and your story will inspire others to do the same. If Mark Kerr's journey has inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Rise and Inspire for more stories of triumph over adversity. Keep pushing forward. Your breakthrough is just one step away.